Sup guys, Zinigami here. We've got a new Aokiji and Akainu event coming soon on Japanese One Piece Characters, but before we go into these banners and talk about all the fun things, let's talk about something that everyone's been talking about right now in the One Piece Characters community, and that is the third-party gem reseller buying sites and whatnot. So there's been a lot of conversation about this. If you don't know what this is something that's been floating around for a while. These dark net, these sites where people will sell you gems on your account. You give them your account information, they log onto your account, they buy gems for you, and they give you your account back. And there are a lot of people who are asking, are these buying sites legit? Can I really get gems for much cheaper prices than I get directly in-game from the in-game store and stuff? And for a lot of these sites, yeah, they are legit in that if you give them your account, a lot of them will buy the gems and give you account back. There's not the concern about them stealing your account because they make their money from you giving them money in order to get the gems. Now the problem is that the groups that are claiming that they're getting these gems from the methods they're getting these gems from are not forthcoming with the information about how they get their gems. And what I mean by that is that they can be using any method at all in order to do these gem purchases. They can be using stolen credit card information, they can be making fraudulent accounts and buying gems and then issuing refunds on those. So that is not only credit card fraud, but highly, highly, highly illegal. I've told chat before that one of the groups have contacted me about a sponsorship opportunity, and they're like, hey, you know, Zinigami, use this code and we'll give you 10% of proceeds. And I asked them for proof that they were legit, and they never responded to me. So just saying that if anybody thought they were legit, by asking them if they have proof that they are using any sort of legal means to get these gems, they shut up and stop talking to me. So, let's go into the news about what these things do. We have the half-stamina raid bosses. So we have half-stamina raid bosses coming out. All Admiral raid bosses, you'll see that Admirals are going to be a thing for this set of news updates. We got half-stamina Buster Call raid bosses, so half-stamina Momonga raid, half-stamina Kizaru raid, half-stamina Virgo, half-stamina Fujitora, Zephyr Garp, Akainu, and an Aokiji raid boss that ends on the 13th. And then we have zero stamina raid bosses as well. So we have zero stamina raid bosses that line up with the half stamina raid bosses. And if you don't know what the zero stamina raid bosses is, you do it one time. They're either, it's going to shift between the higher difficulty. For example, a Akainu zero stamina might be the 60 stamina Akainu zero. Does Akainu only have a 60 stamina? Aokiji 60 stamina raid boss. Zero stamina may be either his 60 stamina version or his 40 stamina version that's just costs zero stamina to enter. And you can beat it one time, and it gets you a gem for beating it. So all these, highly recommend everybody do it, even if you're a brand new player. It's mostly for new players to see if they can beat it anyways, to see if they can beat it with whatever team, or if you want to just use really stupid teams, if you want to try out this Version 2 Akainu and 5 Crabs team and see if that will beat it. Spoilers, it will. Version 2 Akainu is overpowered and it's stupid. I can't believe Bandai designed him. You can go ahead and just try it for no risk at all. And then on that zero stamina, you do get that free gem for completion, and you also get the character drops just like you can. And you only can do that one time for each of these fights. But hey, free gems, free characters, what's not to like? We have preparation islands for the new Akainu vs. Aokiji event. And we're going to be talking a lot about the Akainu vs. Aokiji event. In this event, on this lead up, you're going to want to run each of these islands at least 5 times. And the reason because there are going to be Chopper Man rewards for running it 5 times. And all these characters are basically their story versions. For example, if you beat the Akainu 5 times, you're going to get Bastille, John Giant, Stainless, Rons, and Story Akainu. And then we have on Aokiji, Hina, Momonga, Smoker, Garp, and Story Aokiji. So a bunch of Story and Fortnite characters, like this is Fortnite Stainless, Fortnite Rons. You're going to get all these as rewards for beating each of these preparation islands at least 5 times. Not sure if there are going to be other rewards on these islands that are worth farming, for example, cotton candy or coal or anything like that. but at least you can get those story rewards for doing it those chopper 5 times. We're gonna have login bonuses. Very simple. You don't really need to know this, since if you're logging into One Piece anyways, you're gonna get all these without trying. You're gonna get a bunch of princess turtles. You're gonna get some berries. You're gonna get rainbow gems, additional rainbow gems every day for logging in, and then Rayleigh points and friend points. Frankie Cola Island, the exact same Frankie Cola Island we've seen all the time. Make sure you use those colas to level up your ships, so that way you don't have too many. Otherwise, you know, nothing special. We have Rayleigh Island. Remember that on Rayleigh Island, he tells you which skill book he's going to give you. So if you pay attention to the 5th text box that he has, it tells you which one is going to be. If you can't read Japanese like I can't, there are threads on Reddit that tell you exactly which skill book he's going to be giving you. And then they're also going to be just general Forbidden Tome Rayleighs. The general Forbidden Tome Rayleigh only has has 1 text block fewer. So you'll know if it's going to be the specific one or the forbidden one, either based off a day or how many text boxes he has. We have choose your own turtle times. Basic same choose your own turtle times as always. Half stamina. And when you start, you have 30 minutes to do as many turtle runs as you want if somehow you still need turtles. We have weekly islands. All the weekly Evolver islands are going to be here every day for the week. We have the Saints Island. So there's 2 strategies for doing the Saints Islands. You can either use like a double Viola team, which will give you 9 times berries dropped, which is a very stable amount. I believe that gives you about 900,000 berries for a single run. Or you can use this with like a double buggy team. And a double buggy team, if you get the Saints themselves, you can level up to about level 50 to 70 and then sell them for... if you're level 70, you can sell them for 700,000 gold. If you're level 50, you sell them for 500,000 gold. But with a buggy strategy, not only do you have to level them up, but if you don't get the duplicates, then you don't get as much money. With a Viola strategy, you're going to be very stably getting about 900 berries from doing a run. So choose your strategy, whichever one you want. Buggy strategy can potentially give you more, but if he doesn't duplicate the right ones, then you're not going to get as much. There's going to be half stamina returning fortnights. So we get half stamina Sanji and Reiju, half stamina Elizabeth da Gama, half stamina Fasa Rakuyo. We have the new Fortnite Island with Yasop being double EXP, and talking about the new Yasop himself actually is pretty good. His special ability is going to do his attack that pierces through barriers. And if you have at least 4 characters of the same color, he's going to boost that color's orbs by 1.75 times. And he's also a shooter, so he is potentially the very first 1.75 times shooter or booster that is free to play, which will be pretty neat if it is that 1.75 times boost. We have 2 times skill ups on the dates up here. I'll let you read that for yourselves. We have 2 times super success from the 18th to the 22nd, and we have, of course, gem login every day. Before we go into the Aokiji Akainu event, I just want to mention the Sugo Fest is going on. The Sugo Fest has the first multi being discounted at 30 gems. The second multi, I think is all... the second one with a bonus has either Akainu or Whitebeard. And then 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Yeah, the second one is one of the limited characters. The 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, and 15th ones are guaranteed legends. So, you want to go for it, up to you. Not Akainu Whitebeard? Oh, sorry. It's the Hancock Whitebeard. Not Akainu Whitebeard. Yeah, the new limited rare recruit Hancock and Whitebeard that are boosted during this new event. So the Hancock and Whitebeard are the highly boosted characters during this Akainu versus Aokiji event. So in the Akainu versus Aokiji event, this one is pretty neat. It's basically a blitz battle We are pretty familiar with that at this point. If you don't know what a Blitz battle is, during this 48-hour period, we are going to be doing, or 51-hour period, we're going to be doing as many runs of the Aokiji or Akainu fights as we can. Now, we don't know how the fights work. We don't know which one's going to be easier. But very interestingly, we are going to be able to choose a side. You're going to either choose to side with Aokiji or choose to side with Akainu. And depending on which side you side with, the winning side is going to get an additional legend pull. So if you side with Akainu and the Akainu team does more, gets more points than the Aokiji team, you get an additional free legend pull. Now, which side should we pick? Ooh, how do we pick sides? Ooh, we don't know yet. Not sure. It could be that we get some kind of choice. It might be get a choice in a mail that we get to pick which one. I think the easiest way for them to let us decide who to side with is just by how many runs you do. Like if I do 10 Aokiji runs but 30 Akainu runs, then I'll be on Team Akainu. And if it is something like this, then of course we have the freedom to choose which side we side with. We can get like pretty close on our runs and then go over to the Akainu side if that's the winner, go over to the Aokiji side if that's the winner. That could be how they do it. Not sure. It could be a very solid choice. It could also be that they just throw you on a team. Bandai could just say, all right, everyone with an even number friend ID is on Akainu side, everyone with an odd number friend ID is on Aokiji side, and you just get to go at it, right? And see how many runs you get to do, and you only get to see one island show up. We'll have to see. According to the One Piece Characters subreddit, a lot of people are voting on it's like 60-40 on Aokiji versus Akainu. Which, if we're on the Aokiji side, you have to fight Akainu. Historically, Akainu in general are harder fights than Aokiji, so if you're on Akainu, Aokiji might be easier to beat, and that's my personal goal, is side on the side that is easier to beat. So if Aokiji's easier to beat, I want to be on Akainu's team, and if Akainu's easier to beat, I want to be on Aokiji's team. We'll have to see. And of course, you can always wait a little bit. You can always wait some hours, especially if this time frame isn't something that you'd be awake for. By the time you wake up, you can see which team is winning, and you can just go side with that team also. Because, hey, I like to just go on the winning side. I don't need to fight for the underdog. There are going to be, depending on which stage you beat, you get points, just like a Blitz battle. There are going to be personal rewards and community rewards. So if you beat personal goals, you're going to get rewards based on those personal goals. Each of these characters are going to have 3 difficulties, so there are going to be 3 tiers of Aokiji and 3 tiers of Akainu. The higher the tier, the more points. The community rewards are going to be rewarded a day or 2 after they're beaten, so if we beat the rewards, just wait, be patient. The rewards will come in the mail as always. And like any Blitz battle, the higher you place, the better personal rewards you get. So there's probably going to be personal rewards like top 5,000 players get legend pull or something like that. So if you want to get that legend pull, you might have to be one of the top 5,000 in order to get it. Something like that, because who doesn't love staying up all day for 48 hours to get a legend pull, right? But if you're not interested in going ham to be one of the top 5,000 players, or whatever number they decide to get rewards on the personal ranking tiers, there are also Chopperman rewards that will give you gems, almighty tomes, and a new Kizaru. And historically, the new Kizaru hopefully is going to be pretty decent, just like the Zoro, that size Zoro we got from a Blitz battle a long time ago, is still really, really, really good. So you at least want to get that Blitz battle Kizaru, who is going to be pretty great. And they have a little notice down here that says, if you are a dirty, filthy hacker, then they're going to disqualify you from the events. So just keep that in mind. There are half stamina periods for the battle. Where are the half stamina periods? Here we go. So there's going to be a half stamina period as soon as the event launches for 3 hours. There's going to be a half stamina period for the last 3 hours of the event. So basically every day, 6 hours after updated clock, there's going to be a half stamina period for a total of 3 hours. So if you want to get your farming in and you have the ability to be awake during that time, that's when you want to be farming them. And the characters that are boosted. So there are characters that have 1.2 times stat boost, so 1.2 times all stats, and cooldowns reduced by 4 turns. And these are a bunch of Marines. We got, like, there's a full list on Reddit, and I'll make sure to link the Reddit thread with translations. Thanks so much to Mr. Buttons on Reddit for doing the hard translations for us. We have, like, Kizaru, and for all these characters, it's all versions of them. So Raid Boss Kizaru and Neo Raid Boss Kizaru are both going to be 1.2 times stat boosts and cooldowns reduced by 4. Bastille, Onigumo Doberman, Fujitora, all the way down. The 1.5 times stat boost and 7 cooldown reduced characters are Shanks, Sengoku, Hina, and Bronyu. And the 1.75 times stat boosted characters and 10 cooldown reduced characters are the new Secret Rare Recruit Hancock, new Secret Rare Recruit Whitebeard, the Aokiji from the Akainu fight, and the Akainu from the Aokiji fight. So you're going to be able to use them against each other. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, new dudes, new fights, a new Blitz battle, Akainu versus Aokiji. Let's do this. I've been Zenigami, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.